Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Cerro Zoo, and we're doing some more ZAWA today on this Friday. How is your Friday? My Friday's doing alright, just to let you know, I'm okay. I'm good. But how are you doing? I want to know these things. Hit me up down in the comment section if you don't mind. But today we got some work to do. We got a little bit of work to do, a little bit of stuff to do. Alright, let's go run down what the plan is for today. Last episode, we actually built this place. Remember it? We got the penguins and stuff. We got one in there right now that's Oswald Cobblepot. We got to get some more in here, and you guys killed it again in the naming, in the comment section naming these things. A lot of you guys said like Rico and Kowalski and stuff, and that was the names of the penguins we did last season. Those are the penguins of Madagascar, so I probably won't be picking those things, but I do have to get around to naming these things, so that's on the agenda today. Also, the area around here is where we left off last episode, where this was just kind of the natural slope that was here. And it's fine, but I want to turn that into like a boardwalk kind of walkway along the side of the lake here. Maybe a park. Something like that, I'm thinking. And then also the otter viewing area down here underground. This tunnel sucks. The otter view, and let's make sure there's nothing down here, because sometimes creepers be creeping down here. We're good? We're good? We're good. Alright, so down here, this tunnel is nice. I like this just fine. Love how you can see like the penguins on this side, and then you can look over this way and you can see the otters, which are right there, by the way. Aren't they adorable? Look at them. And then there's Oswald Cobblepot in his fatness right there. look at the girth on that guy. Anyway, alright, but this cave here, or this tunnel, needs to continue and actually break free into the open area here and come back to the surface, because this is going to continue on to the rest of the park. So in today's episode, I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend a little time on this slope right here and in front of these exhibits here on the, the eastern side of the exhibits. Doing a little work here, terraforming and getting this place looking good. It's a little bit of a break from the traditional episode of just building a exhibit, but I think this will be kind of fun. I think this will be good. Good. All right, so the first thing we got to do, though, is we got to get to naming some of these penguins. You guys offered up some names, and I have to try to sift through them and pick out ones that I think are either fun, cool, interesting, a mix of both. Let's get to naming. All right, we've got our name tags. Now, the first one, got to give credit to Matt Myers and Star Nanny, both suggested Palpatine. Now, that's obviously from Star Wars, Emperor Palpatine. Since we're naming Emperor penguins, that kind of makes sense now, doesn't it? The next name, I got to give credit to Tim Sourbeer, as well as Peter, who all suggested Waddles. I think that's I just love the name. I think it's cute, adorable, and perfect for a penguin. Now, apparently, there is a penguin in the show Adventure Time named Gunter. So we're going to go with that. I don't know. Some of the pictures I saw online, I've never watched Adventure Time, but some of the pictures I saw online made him out to look like maybe he's a bad guy. But that's okay. Big shout out to Pampy Dougler, which, by the way, I love the name. And Joran Connings for suggesting that one. All right, and then Star Nanny and Tim Sourbeer, thank you guys both for suggesting Chili Willy. It made me laugh when I read it. I was like, absolutely, got to do it. And then there's, of course, the movie Happy Feet that's out there. And Christopher Renshaw and Joran Connings, thank you both for suggesting Mumble. All right, now we only have a certain amount of spots on the hotbar, so this is going to take a little bit of shuffling as we go. But let's first put down a penguin, and this is going to be Palpatine. And Palpatine is a girl. All right, there we go. Palpatine's a girl. There we go. How many Jedi are like, nah, Palpatine's a girl. Okay, Waddles is a guy. And these guys can, like, swim and stuff, right? Like, okay, yeah, they can swim. All right, so they're not going to drown in here. I didn't even think about that first. There are some too deep spots in here, too, so that could have been a problem. All right, let's set down another Emperor Penguin here, and this is going to be Gunter. And Gunter is a dude. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle some stuff here. Like I said, we got too many animals and not enough spaces. So let's go ahead and get those down on the hotbar. We're going to go over here and give Oswald Cobblepot a little bit of a company over here. So let's go ahead and slap down another penguin, and this one's going to be Mumble. And Mumble is a dude. Alright, and then the last one here is going to be Chili Willy. Alright, so this, I guess would make sense if it was a dude, but let's see. Chili Willy's a chick. Alright, so Palpatine and Chili Willy are two females in here, although I can't remember what Oswald Cobblepot is. Okay, he's a dude. Okay, so Chili Willy and Palpatine are the only chicks in here. Oh well, enjoy yourself, all of you. You guys got quite a little herd of you in here, so that's pretty nice. Okay, apparently they like to swim. Isn't that right, Gunter? Ooh, you stay away. I don't know if they're going to attack if I get too close. He came up to me. All right, let's get out of here. Holy cow, I took off. No problem that time. That was scary. Usually I kind of spam rockets and stuff. That was just one good click and bam, I was airborne. Okay, so here, okay, we got some stuff to do because you can't really see the penguins. I also don't know if they're going to be able to escape. I'm pretty sure they can't, but I suppose we'll see. If we have some random penguins wandering around the zoo, then it looks like I have some work to do. But all right, we got to. Speaking of some work to do, we got to get to work on this part because right now there is actually no real good viewing area for the penguins except for that spot underground. I wonder if those guys are going to drown under there. I mean, they're getting their head above water, so yeah, I'm sure they're fine. They're just using it like a water slide. They're having a good time. Wow, he is spinning like crazy. He's probably a little dizzy. Okay, so yeah, there's no real good place to view these guys except for right over there in that one viewing area right there. Big exhibit with not that much space to view them. So what we're gonna do is I actually kind of meant to complete this path before the episode, but I kind of blanked and forgot because I'm a big old da-da-da. So maybe we'll have to actually finish that real quick, or I'll just save it for a little bit later, and we'll work on just this area right here, okay? Just this part right here where it slopes down. Now, the viewing area that we have, let's see if I can't squeeze in here, I'm just going to jump in. Don't mind me, is right here, okay? Right here. Okay, so how many blocks over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the 6th block over is where the glass starts. I need to be down at that level so that you can see in here by the time I get there. So we got some work to do. We got some, oh, fly, please. Oh, please, fly. Learning to fly. But if I ain't got wings, here we go. Actually, I do have wings. Let's get in the air. There we go. So I had that one really excellent takeoff and then one really botched takeoff. All right, so the 6th block over, we need to do some, we need to be down at that elevation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. We need to be down at the elevation by the time we get to that part right there. As well as over there, we need to be actually all the way down, which is a little bit farther, a little bit deeper. You see how the glass actually is in the water? So we need to be down at that elevation by the time we get over to that side. And this is going to be the boardwalk area going along the lake here. This will add a very nice aesthetic look to the zoo right here. I'm not really planning on putting any exhibits in the lake. Above the lake is the aviary. That's the plan right now. Not really above the lake, but kind of above it on the hillside here. So that's a future episode. All right, I got to get to work on doing some digging here because I got to dig all this out. So terraforming. There we go. Now, I know this does not look like much, and that's okay, because it's not much right now. I still got to put the path in itself, but this is kind of generally where it's going to go. Now, I do need to like pop out a couple of these too as well, because I need to make room for other blocks other than just stone, but I do need to sprinkle in a lot of stone back into this, because it's going to be the same paths that you're seeing in the rest of the zoo, really. And this part right here is actually going to be changed. I think it's hollow underneath here someplace, though, so I'll have to do some extra special work on this section right here, but we're going to focus just a little bit down here for right now. This area right here along the edge, though, will probably remain pretty solid, like that. Because we're going to have to put like a barrier up there, so we don't have guests just falling into the lake, you know. Alright, so this has got to get sprinkled in with a bunch of stone as well. It's kind of all randomly kind of thrown in here. Get that all dotted in there, nice and neat. Nice, actually not neat, opposite of neat actually, nice and messy actually. We don't really want this to be a very neat looking area. Let's go ahead and grab some more stone. And it's a walkway, it's a pathway. It's one of the pathways here in the zoo, so we got to make sure that it's very rugged and looks a lot like the other pathways here to kind of make everything blend together. Now right here, this is actually something that's a little different. There's actually a ravine underneath here that kind of surprised me, but we dealt with it. We covered it up. Let's go ahead and sleep because you know what? Be creeping. Creepers be creeping. All right, all the creepers should be away and not bothering me anymore. That should be enough stone for right now. Let's go ahead and start sprinkling in some coarse dirt, kind of signify that this is an actual path. Kind of dot this around here. That should be good for right now. Let's go ahead and get one of these ones on the edge where it drops down, covered in or filled in as well with coarse dirt. All right, once we get the coarse dirt put in, then we have to add the gravel. and the occasional bits of cobblestone, I think, are going to be next. Let's get the gravel put in here. Get this all nice and filled in too. Actually, I was wrong. It's actually, I'm going to put the gravel in, and then I'm going to put the path blocks in. I think would be the next best thing. Because I want to make sure that path blocks have a place in here and that they're not like added later, because it's not gonna look quite right then. It's not gonna look very natural, and it's just not gonna work. Now I am actually gonna have to dig this out just a wee bit, because this is actually an area where it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't really like that. It's actually an area where it's. Yeah, I just did it again. Be gone. This is actually an area where it's gonna go up a little bit. Now what we should do? Where's the squid backpack? Let's get the squid backpack out of here. Grab all these half slabs here, these slabs of cobble, and this is where it's actually gonna raise up. So we're just gonna drop that in there for right now. Let's go ahead and raise this up a wee bit. Yeah, like that. That should be fine. That's good. All right, let's go back here. Because, the reason why it raises up there is because this is where the tunnel comes out for where the otter and the other, and the viewing area for one of the viewing areas for the penguins. So I need to be at this elevation, so I have to raise it up a little bit once it gets here. But down here it can be actually like flush with the water. I think it looks okay. This is supposed to be like the lake walk here, right here, so you can see the nice water here. We might have to go get some fish and stick them in here. Probably make a lot of sense, huh? All right, and then over here also, I want to make sure that I get the cobblestone put in to kind of mark the pathway up as well, like so. And then again right here as well. So there'll be a little bit of a barrier here. It'll be a little narrow fit. I do want to try to hide, and I kind of did a little bit here. I kind of hid the cobblestone the best I could along these edges. But ultimately, it's okay if some of it shows. Because once you get here, it's going to have to. So I'm going to have to create like a lip or something along the edge of this, because this just doesn't look very... Oh, I just fell in a small one block hole. This doesn't look very good. Like right here, this is where the stone can come back in and kind of fill in up into the natural terrain right there. Something along the lines of that. Yeah, and so that'll be then more natural terrain. I'll get to work on making that look all nice and pretty. And then this area, I gotta do that up. But up here on the top, like so, this stuff actually right here, I can kind of put one of these spires right here, actually, so it looks like it kind of is encased in the biome. And then this stuff can all be replaced with stone. There we go, beautiful. All right, sweet. Now that's all nice and stone-like. I think that'll work out just fine. This actually I'm gonna bring down, and it's gonna kind of cut into the viewing area just a little bit, but maybe just a little, just a hair, a smidge even, you could say. Yeah, I think that'll look fine. Now, as far as the lip goes on over here, I know I was working on the path and I got wildly distracted, but I'm just going to let myself get distracted. As far as the lip that goes on the top right here, wood backpack, what do we got? I could do dark oak. That wouldn't look too bad. Ebony is what I've been using for the rest of the buildings here, so maybe I'll stick with ebony, actually. I'm going to have to collect more of that because I'm getting a little low on that. Let's go ahead and actually make ourselves a few more planks of this stuff and see how far these 60 get us. All right, so we're going to have to line the entire top of this to start with. All right, and then we're going to have to bring that down a half a block, and that'll be the lip that is on the top of this area. Ooh, that's not good. I really should have probably finished the path first before doing this. I shouldn't have let myself get so distracted. But what can I say? It happens. Sometimes I see shiny objects, or in this case, dull wooden objects, and I get wildly distracted. Yeah, that was on accident, but I think I'm going to keep it because it gives me an idea. I'm going to be brainstorming here. Ooh, that I'm not going to keep, though. I'm going to be brainstorming here just a little bit. Just throw those in every once in a while, almost like they're supports to the actual whole viewing area. Like so. What does that look like? It's not bad. It's actually not too bad. This is a little bland right here, though. A little boring. I don't think I can even poke my head in here. No, because that actually leads right into the exhibit. Are they... What? They're still stuck in the river over there, just swimming away. There's one up there, too, just spinning like crazy. Okay. Whatever, you guys do you. It is a little bland, so let's... wood backpack, where are you? Let's go ahead and grab some fir wood. Let's yeet these seeds out of my inventory. Don't we need those? I'm going to pick those up probably, yep, right away. Goodbye, seeds. Be gone. Let's go ahead and actually... put this in like so. In fact, I'm going to remove that completely, and we're going to do a little of that. And actually, I'm going to need to get up there. And then we're going to do that. Yeah, there we go. It's starting to look a little bit better now. Like that. Boom. Perfect. Done. I like it. I like it a lot. So there, that adds a little extra stability kind of in the middle of it right there. Right there. I don't really like that, though. The thing I just did, I think that looks like crap. All right. Oops, those are rockets. Behold. Oh, I just did it again. Behold the penguin exhibit. Why am I misclicking so badly today? Maybe I just didn't get enough sleep or something. All right, and then similarly to what we have going on in the inside, I'm going to do that also on the outside here. Except for we're going to probably continue this pattern up all the way, or at least as high as we can get it, you know? Something like that. And maybe, just for added detail. Whoops, did not mean to double click there. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, and then I don't know if we need to do anything like that over here, or maybe we will just like drop one. Yeah, I'm thinking that might work out pretty good. Yeah. Okay, and then maybe like another one right there. Bam, done. Viewing area for the penguins. Done. Look at this. He's here to show. That's kind of creepy. He's like staring right at my soul. Okay, he turned away. All right, so now we can go ahead and squirt these back into the squid backpack because we shan't be needing them anymore. And then we got to finish the rest of this path. So let's get the actual grass blocks here. Probably should have done this beforehand so I wouldn't keep falling in it, but whatever. We're just going to keep on going. We're going to keep pressing on. I still got to decorate up the shoreline too. So this is the first part right here. All right, I think the only thing that we're missing is cobble. I think it's cobble. I think that's the only thing we got to squirt in there and then it'll be done. Do I have any more cobblestone? Where's my ground backpack? Right there. Bam. Cobble. Let's get those things on the hotbar and let's get to. Oh my gosh, the sun is setting again. Wow, sun just sets so fast when you're just building like crazy. Let's go ahead and fill in the rest of these things with cobble then, and I think that will make this place look complete for the path itself. Then we are by no means done with this though. This is just the path part completed and the viewing area looking oh so nice. I think anyway. What do you guys think? You guys let me know what you guys think of the viewing area so far. If this works, I think it does. I think it'd be pretty good if we didn't tweak it too much. I do want to kind of get a path block kind of a little bit closer here to show that people are actually walking up to this and seeing the penguins as they just flap around in the water. They're not going anywhere. That's their favorite spot. Hey, if they want to hang out there, by all means, have at it. All right, so what we need to do though is I need to actually do that up the edge of the river here. So this is going to be a whole lot of actually building up chunks to make it look like the rest of the biome. You know, just little parts like this, roughing up the landscape just a wee bit to kind of get this to fit correctly so that it actually looks like you're part of the biome that we're actually creating here. So this is all going to require me to replace some of the stone blocks. I also probably going to want to get into the water here itself and dig up some of this stuff and replace it with stone to kind of blend it in. I think gravel works just fine, so I just don't see a real point for sand being this close to the shoreline since this isn't supposed to be like a sandy beach area. Maybe sand at the bottom, because it's like the sediment has kind of settled there. But sand up here right next to the stone I don't really think should be here. With the landscape being just slightly jacked up a little bit here, it's just kind of making it look slightly what I want. I didn't really do much over here because I mean, I'm thinking there might have to be something over there a little bit later on. But for right now, I'm just focusing on the viewing area for the penguins. For this, what I have here, I can go through now and actually kind of sprinkle in some other blocks into this to kind of make it look like it's got a node, you know, like of andesite here. Make it kind of look like it's blending right into the ground even, like that. I think that looks really good. And then let's actually move the rockets because I don't really think I'll be needing those right away. Maybe famous last words if a creeper comes running up on me. But let's go ahead and get these spires, these pillars that we have jutting out of the landscape kind of jazzed up a little bit too. And then we're going to give them a little extra cobble treatment here. Oops, I did not mean to do it right there. A little extra cobble treatment here as well. So that it looks kind of like it's collapsing and crumbling. That's the idea anyway. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking it looks good. Now I need to make sure it looks all right from this side as well because once we get to building over there, you're going to be able to see over here. So I can't neglect this side. I have to focus on it as well. All right, so let's go ahead and put a couple more down. This thing can actually change to, let's put an andesite node here actually. Wouldn't that be fun? Oops, a little too carried away there. There we go. All right, that already looks a billion times better than what it was. This thing actually right here, this little lone wolf sitting here, can Let's go ahead and get some cobble going here. Just replace with a straight up piece of cobblestone. All right, and then to jazz up the terrain itself, we got to make sure that we replace some of the blocks here actually in the ground itself. We're going to replace them with gravel and the occasional coarse dirt, as well as, I'm going to be replacing my entire hotbar here, as well as, where's the ground blocks? Grass. So remember, there's not a lot of grass in this biome, but there is some, so I can't just neglect it completely. I have to add it into places, otherwise it's just not going to look right. There we go, got the terrain put in, and I'm thinking it looks pretty good right now. Now it's all in the details after, so we're going to go ahead and sprinkle in a few of these things. Oh, look at that. How embarrassing. There is a block missing. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle in a few of these pebbles along the way, just all over the place, kind of sporadically, in the path and alongside it. Doesn't really matter where it actually is. Let's go ahead and throw one down there too. Sure, why not? Let's go around here to the shoreline as well, where we got a little bit of this grass kind of peeking in right here. We're going to throw one on top of that too. Why not? All right, so now the edge of this needs some kind of fence or barrier to keep guests from just kind of waltzing on in there. Let's go ahead and grab the cobble walls as well, cobblestone walls. We also got our fir fences, which I'll probably need to make more of, and some oak fences. We're going to sprinkle those in there. Now, what we also need is we need the bat backpack in our life, desperately, because I need to get some foliage here. Dead bushes, kind of running a little low on those things. Dead bushes come from dead trees. Now, I have not put a lot of dead trees at all in this, because this is supposed to be a very dry kind of area. The only trees that you're going to get, for the most part, are the ones that are actually in the exhibits themselves. Let's go ahead and just inhale a chicken here while we're sitting here watching the otters. Nom, 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 nom. You're only going to get trees in the exhibits themselves. However, this is right next to a lake. Okay, so lake would definitely have the hydration it would need to like feed a tree at some point. Maybe it died off in the heat or something. So it's entirely possible I could actually throw like a dead tree in here someplace. In fact, I kind of want to do it, but I think I'm going to throw it like somewhere back in there. I think that would work out really good. But for now, we're going to need to put some of these bushes in here, as well as backpack. Where are you? Let's go ahead and grab some oak leaves. I need to grab more of these things. I thought I had a whole bunch of them, but apparently I don't. These guys I do want to kind of sprinkle in places, like somewhere actually in the water would be kind of nifty. Like somewhere right along the edge of the water itself. And that right there might be all I really need to do. I don't really want to make a big shrub or bush along the water. Just little spots similar to what we have. Let's get the rockets here. Similar to what we have. Yeet! Let's go over here, like what we have with the rest of the finished terrain here. Occasionally, you'll see that there are bushes like this, and that one right there, and that one right there. There's actually bushes kind of dotted throughout this, but they're all really kind of crappy. They're all kind of dying. I hear a zebra freaking out, and an elephant as well, saying hello to everybody. I don't know where he is. There's a zebra inside that house there somewhere, though. But yeah, we're going to be putting in those kind of bushes along the edge of the water as well. And they are kind of frequent. They're not, like, really scarce. So I don't really want to, like, shortcut it here and actually, like, kind of not put them in here, you know? That doesn't look quite right, but that's okay. This is Minecraft. We can fix these things. Alright, so then let's go ahead and dot that down right down there. Like that. Yeah, I think that's good. It's good, good, good. And I don't really know if I want to put one over here. So just a couple of them right there, with a little bit, one being a little bit higher than the other, I think is fine. And then there's got to be one somewhere in here. Now this is kind of where I want to put a tree. So maybe I should plant that first, because I think these trees have are a little wonky, and they don't really work sometimes when there's blocks nearby them. So let's get over here, and we're looking for a dead acorn. Dying acorn right there. There's also an ebony sapling. Oh, actually, ebony trees probably would look pretty good. Well, let's do a dead acorn and see how that does. All right, dead acorn, will you grow there? That's the million-dollar question. Let's get some bone meal. See if that 21's enough to get you to go. Okay, so your grass back where you were. That's fine. That looks pretty good the way it is. Now, I don't know if that's going to grow any farther, and if it doesn't, that'd be fine by me. In fact, I know that there's actually like the dynamic trees thing at dynamic trees right here. It has these things, okay? Right here. Destroys tree soil fertility. Basically, the tree can't grow anymore. I think that's what it is. Or one of right here. Quickly grow trees. That's good. Fertilizer trees. Stops trees from changing. That one right there. That one right there is what I would want. And I could absolutely go ahead and make this. It's not even all that difficult. Problem is, I did make a potion before when I was messing around with these. I have no idea how to administer it. So if you guys do know how to actually use these potions, I tried clicking on the block it's on the side of the block it's on. I tried clicking on the tree itself. I don't know how to use these. It doesn't look like when you look at it that there's a throwable version, so you can't just like yeet it at it. I don't know how to use these things. So if you guys know, comment section, let me know. How do I use those potions in dynamic trees? Let me know. Inform me, educate me, teach me things. But in the meantime, we'll say that's probably okay. All right, so let's get over here, and we're going to start adding in the actual fences, kind of blocking in this area. Because I don't want guests to be falling into the water. Now, they can obviously just fall right in, you know. This is supposed to be aesthetically pleasing. It's not supposed to be really so much functional. So this is just kind of a little heads up to these people to let them know, don't walk here because you could absolutely fall in the water. Let's go. Oh, come on. Get it. Fifth time's charm. There we go. Got it. Little tiki torch kind of set up there. I think that's what I was using to light up paths earlier in this view. I'm going to stick to it. And if that's wrong, I'll be changing it. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and drop in another one of these guys. That's not what I wanted. I don't like it. In fact, I don't like it at all. So I'm not going to put a tiki torch at all. So we're just going to do that. I think that's fine. And then this is actually kind of obviously not the right way to go either. But with the tree there, I can actually get around to putting maybe the shrub in here, you know? That one that I wanted to. Something like that. Now that clearly blocks off that area. That's not where you're supposed to go. So I think that works pretty well. Now right here, though, let's remove this button. And although that is the path when you think about it. So actually, you know what? I didn't really need to remove that button. Let's put it back. Don't want to mess up the path. But this place right here actually could get a little redefined as far as where to go. Something like that, actually. And then we can go ahead and drop the torch on top of there for the tiki effect. There we go. Awesome. All right, so that should... Whoa, I'm flying. That should let people know that this is not where you want to go. You don't want to walk off this way. I mean, I get that it's not perfect, but, I mean, it's good enough to give the suggestion that's not where you want to go. Now, we need to do that up here as well, because this could be a disaster if people try to jump in right here. So, where's my other stuff? Awesome. All right, so this definitely marks out where the path is for the viewing of the penguins now. They still haven't moved, but you can see them in the same spot now. That guy's still up there just freaking out. So what do you guys think? Good path right here? I think this works out pretty good. It does need a little bit of something right here, though. Let's go ahead and get the squid backpack, something I desperately need in my life, and squirt all this stuff back in there. Bad backpack, I need you too. Let's put all this stuff back in there too. I'm gonna have to go get some more leaves. Go ahead and bone meal some of the grass in here. Oh, that's a wall. It's doing what it's supposed to. I played Minecraft before. I swear. I think I left them in the other area too. Let me double check that. Make sure this is all uniform. Oh yeah, I see some flowers already. Okay, yeah, we left them. We left them over there. No biggie. We're gonna leave the flowers. I'm gonna have to just kind of bite the urge to, or fight the urge to remove it. We're just gonna leave it right where it's at. I think this part here is actually finished then. Except for, you know what? There's something. No, we're never actually really done here. Squid backpack, desperately. Let's go ahead. No, not those. Let's get one of these guys. Get two of these guys. We're gonna put a park bench in here. Why not? Now, normally I would. Oh, is it getting nighttime already? Holy cow! Normally I would put like a lantern or something next to it, but we're not gonna do that because this is Cerro Gordo, and this is kind of a creepy place sometimes to hang out and look at animals. But I think right here is actually probably the best place it could be. Just sit on the bench, and you can then look at the penguins in there. Okay, so this is finished, but this is not the only thing I wanted to finish in this episode, though, because I mentioned this tunnel over here. This needs to get a little TLC as well, because this sucks. Like, it's the best way to describe it. If I was to critique this tunnel, I would say blows is the best way to describe it. This part looks amazing. This part looks like I just learned I just started playing Minecraft, and I gotta change that. Look at that fox. He's like peeking through the glass. Again, his soul looks empty. My gosh. I am so sorry for whatever happened to you. Anyway, I'm sure he's good. I'm sure he's much happier now. Okay, he just has some bad repressed memories. I wonder if that's the same one from the other episode I looked at. Now, this creeper blast right here inspired me. Yes, creepers sometimes, yeah, they're always creeping, but they can sometimes inspire. In this case, he blew up in my face. I didn't get my gunpowder. I was really upset, and I was like, I'll have to fix that later. And then I said, or maybe I don't. How about I don't? What if I didn't fix it? What if I left it and used it instead? Right now, I have this path coming through right here because I just kind of quick carved it out and that was the way it was. I didn't think it would be a straight path when I was done. Figured it'd be a little bit of an angle. But what if I put a lot bit of an angle on it? Meaning, this otter exhibit down here is cool. I like it for a couple of reasons. You can view it from up here if you go past the bathrooms. You can go here and you can see the little otter just chilling right there. He's so cute. Look at him run. And then you can also go down here and see it along with the foxes and the depressed foxes and the penguins that are still just spinning like crazy. Okay, and then yeah, right here you can actually view them as well. But now, like right now, for example, is a perfect example how I don't know where they are. They are totally not. There's one right there behind the grass, okay? But they're really hard to see from here. But over there, they might be easier to see. So what if this tunnel continued to hug this exhibit, and we put in some viewing glass parts over there as well? I think that would look amazing. So I'm going to do that. But first, I got to dig a huge section out and fill this all back in. A lot of digging later, and here we have it. We have the tunnel kind of dug out already, so it's working pretty good. I dug it down one just so that we can actually fill in the path blocks like what we have right here. But what I need to focus on right now is 1, inventory management, and 2, let's go ahead and just squirt all the stuff in here and get that out of my inventory. And 2, actually I'm going to keep the cobble because that might come in handy here real quick. 2, I'm going to need to focus on glass. All right, glass backpack, I need you. Let's go ahead and grab some of this. We'll grab as much of it as we have actually in there. And I'm going to need to poke some holes in the exhibit here. Maybe I should do this from the other side, actually. That'd probably be a little bit better. Let me fly, please. There we go. Fly up here and come down and land in the otter exhibit. There we go. Hi, guys. How are you? Oh, hi. He looked right at me. Hello. I'm just here to poke some holes in your walls. Okay, you go over there. Yeah, it's a good idea if you go over there, actually, because I kind of need to do a little renovating here in your area. Let's go ahead and remove that. Now, I'm okay with leaving, like, some of the supports and stuff in here, but I'd had to remove some of them, though, because I need to make room so that I can actually look in here. Oh, that's actually where the water is. Okay. I guess that makes sense, since, let's go ahead and put a piece of glass in there so that I can stop that. We'll just drop that there so I can get up and down in here easily. But yeah, in between these supports is basically where I want to put the glass. I know it's going to remove a lot of the mossy cobble, but that's okay. I think the otters will get over it. All right, there we go. We got the glass put in. Now, I do think that the ceiling is a little crunched down. I still have to get the path put in down below, but I do think that the ceiling is a little too far crunched down, so we're going to have to go ahead and change that just a little bit. Let me see if I got any more stone in my ground blocks. Oh, yeah, I do. I got plenty of stone. All right, we're going to have to raise that up just a little bit. We're going to bring this forward. Even this part right here obviously needs to get covered up for the sake of selling the illusion of there's stuff here, you know, or this stuff has to get covered up. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to make it sound way smarter than it actually is. So we're gonna build up a little bit of the terrain around here actually to help do that, actually cover that up. Like that. Perfect. Okay. And then obviously there's more stuff that needs to be done here. Obviously this also needs to be hidden. So there's stuff right there, but I'm going to save that for in between episodes, or possibly even a stream on the Discord, which, by the way, if you are not part of the GReimer Gang Discord, to join that, all you need to do is be a $3 tier or higher donor on my Patreon, and you can join up with me and all the other people that are in there, and you can come hang out with me. I do streams from there. Quite often, actually. Haven't done so much lately just because I've been battling illness, but I will get back to it, and ZAWA is something that I like to stream occasionally whenever I'm doing just some kind of decorating things, you know, some kind of fun stuff, and you guys are welcome to join me there. Now, this also gives me an excellent opportunity to kind of put what looks like a mine shaft area right here as well. I probably should have done it here, but I had exhibits on both sides, so I didn't. I mean, maybe a little bit right here I could have done. But I didn't really have a lot of space to do it. And here, I think I can pull it off, at least on one side. Especially since I have the wood supports on the other side as well. So yeah, I can probably pull this off. I'm not talking like a vanilla Minecraft mineshaft, but something a little bit more custom. First things first, though, I need to get the ground put in here. Otherwise, this just isn't going to work. There, the path is put in. That makes it a lot easier to determine whether or not this looks correct or not. I also had to tweak the roof just a little bit, the ceiling just a little bit. I like this overhang as it sits right here. I think that works out really well. Now this path, I'm guessing, will probably come over and connect to this one. That'll kind of create a full loop, and then also it'll tee off to the right here when you're coming out of here. come out of here to the right. They'll go that way. Now, this does give plenty of room here along the river to do some more fun stuff. Maybe even add some exhibits. That's all up in the air as far as what we're going to add in there. But for right here, this part's looking pretty good. Now, I did want to actually make this look a little bit more like a mine shaft, so we're going to grab some more wood. And we're going to go ahead and add some supports. Ooh, not like that. We're going to add some supports in here, though. Something that, let's go ahead and actually knock this back just a bit. And we're going to go like this and add a support in there. And then this can also get changed over to stone. Keep it kind of looking all cave-like. Some of these things right here actually don't, they have grass or dirt up on the top of it. That's intentional. I plan on putting some roots up there here in a little bit, but for right now, I'm just trying to get this to look a little bit more supported. Yeah, I like it. All right, so that works pretty good. Now we just have to do that up this cave and get all the little detail and the smoothing, the blending, all that done. Let me work my magic. Just putting the finishing touches on this place. I'm thinking this looks pretty good the way it is. I don't really want to add too many roots. Plus, I'm also running out of those things, so I probably should actually go get some more of them. As far as plant life, I'm thinking possibly maybe a mushroom or toadstool, something down here might actually make a little bit of sense. But I don't want it to spread, so I think I'm going to actually put like a toadstool instead of an actual brown mushroom, because yeah, the brown mushrooms, like, they kind of grow all over the place. Now, as you can see, the sun is setting and it is getting a little dark in here, and that's okay because we have a squid backpack that can totally help us out in this case. Now, I could actually use these wall lamps here, but we've been using these heat lamps down here this whole time, so I'm just going to keep up with that. So right in here, we're going to put another one to light that up a little bit. Now, I know this isn't lighting it up perfect, and there's still mobs spawning down here, but that's sort of the fun of coming here to Cerro Gordo. You might get blown up in a cave. Creepers do be creeping, so let's go ahead and put that. Do be creeping. Let's go ahead and put that there. Now, that should light it up fairly well, and you can obviously see the otters a little bit better from over here, too. Look, you can see one right there. It's sleeping. It's sleeping right there. So look at this. This is already working well. I could actually squeeze some cobwebs in here. I don't think I have. Oh, I do have some on me. You know what? I might actually do that. Maybe there's like a taller area right here. Maybe I'll just throw one up there, you know? Kind of give it that feel, you know, like you're in a cave and it's creepy. I think it might work out pretty good. This is a little too shallow, though, to do this. Creepers are definitely going to be spawning here in a little bit, though, so I got to get a nap in. There's already stuff spawning right there. Look at them. Boink. Got him. Ooh, one shot, one kill. All right, so let me take a power nap here before something blows me up. He keeps staring at me. It's sort of freaking me out. Yeah, you. I'm talking about you. What do you want? I gave you food. I gave you a nice little place to live. You got your own den. I don't know what's up with him. Maybe he's just lonely. You have friends in there. I don't know. That one I think has some issues with him. So anyway, I think that's about it though for this episode. Now there's obviously a ton to do still here, but I'm thinking that's all I'm going to do for this episode because this is what I really wanted to do. I wanted to get the viewing area for the penguins put in place down here by the lake walk right here, and I think this turned out really well. I think it blends in very well with the biome that I'm actually going with. But, and I think that the tree actually occasionally put in, I might actually start adding those in very rarely throughout this entire biome. I kind of think they make a really good fit. Kind of like a dying tree. But, and then also we got the part dug out right here instead of just a tunnel leading straight across. It now actually opened up a bunch more viewing areas for the otters themselves. So I think that's a fine addition. And I think that's all I'm going to do for this episode. I think that's probably pretty good. I know it's a little weird because we didn't build an actual exhibit. But, you know, we did get quite a bit done. So if you did enjoy this one, please go down and smash that like button. It would really help me out a ton. And thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode. I'll be back next week with more ZAWA for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy. So thank you all for watching, and have yourself a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.